After dropping the season opener, the Lakers have been firing on all cylinders. And tonight, they will be getting Kyle Kuzma back from an ankle injury. Kuzma averaged more than 18 points last season and is expected to be an integral part of the Lakers' championship push. Head coach Frank Vogel said he expects around 20 minutes from Kuzma against the Mavs tonight. Fox NBA analyst Chris Broussard joins us now. So, Chris, who wins this game tonight?
I'm going with the Lakers. I think this is you're surprised, right?
Not really, because you got 82-0 and you got 80. Oh, wait, they lost their first game. I forgot about that. That counted, right?
81-1. 81-1. This is good for them because it's going to be a good test. Because Utah, when they beat Utah, Mike Conley, who he seems to have found his stroke their last game, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't himself.
As the Clippers, did he find it?
And Utah wasn't where they are now. Obviously, Charlotte and Memphis are two struggling teams. So this will be a good test to see where the Lakers are. And Dallas, I'm not trying to say they're awesome, but they do have those two guys, Luka Doncic, and who I think is going to be a future MVP candidate, and Kristaps Porzingis. I think those guys, they play totally differently, but they could be Dallas's next Nash and Nowitzki.
I agree.
And I think, you know, I think they'll fight Minnesota for that last playoff spot now that Golden State's all the way out. But I'm excited about Kuzma, and here's why. With LeBron playing the point, we've all seen it. He's not as aggressive of a scorer when he's at the point. And I think that's by design, but that's the case. And so when he's at point, you saw it against the Clippers. It was like, hold on, if LeBron's not going to be aggressive trying to score, they need somebody else other than AD. And Danny Green stepped up, but we know he can't do that every night. So Kuzma being that second aggressive scorer to AD when LeBron's handling the ball at the point and getting guys involved, I think that's going to be big for them. I know Kuzma's been working on, like, creating his own shot, pick and roll, things like that. So if he plays well, then I think that's even going to open things up for Avery Bradley and Danny Green, because they're going to get a lot more open threes with those three on the floor. So this is big because, look, watching the Clippers last night, the Lakers have a lot of work to do if they're going to beat the Clippers, because the Clippers are legitimate, and they don't even have Paul George. So this is the first step to working these.
Were they legitimate when Phoenix thumped them? When Book?
You can't say nothing about the Clippers. You know that. You know that. Those boys are bad.
I'm asking for a friend.
I'm just saying.
Is going to make the playoffs this year?
No. But what? They weren't going to go 82-0. You know that.
Wait, I got a better question.
What?
Did the Clippers look legit when Anthony Davis got skunked in the fourth quarter of opening night against the Clippers?
Yeah, we just feeling things out. We feeling things out.
Okay.
We feeling things out. We'll be okay.
0 on the fourth.
40-20. Okay. Look, I'm taking the purple and gold also. AD coming up.
Surprise.
Surprise.
AD coming up that monster game. But I agree. LeBron has gone out of his way. And this is another reason why AD is putting up the numbers, because LeBron has gone out of his way to make him comfortable. Do you? I'll come along for a little. Because the other night, a couple of nights ago, you know, he went to the half. I think he had like 2 or 4 points.
And he got those right before the half.
Right before the half.
Okay.
And he's not being aggressive, but he's still averaging 9.5 assists a game. I believe he'll average double-digit assists. And his scoring will be somewhere around 23 to 25 points a game. But I agree. If he's not going to be that aggressive, Skip, and even if he's not that aggressive, they need a third scoring option. They need to be able to count on somebody that they know can give them 18 points a night. And Kuzma is the guy that can give them that. So you factor in AD going to be somewhere around 28, 29, 12, 13, 14 rebounds, 2.5 blocks. LeBron is going to be 23, probably 10, 6. Kuz gives the 18 with the bench, because now probably Avery Bradley is probably going to be, well, Kuzma will start coming off the bench until that ankle's 100%, and then he'll go into the lineup and probably Bradley. But what that also does is that they're trying to keep LeBron minutes low.
Right.
This is another way to keep his minutes low, because you got a guy that can score without LeBron having to be on the court in order to get him, because he's working on his own shot. So with that being said, Skip, I like Kuz coming back. That's why we wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
Wanted to keep it.
That was a big keep, actually.
Yeah.
Huge.
He's a big piece to this puzzle.
Huge.
Yeah. Tonight at Dallas, I'm taking the 2 unicorns over the Lakers, because they got 2 of them now. And yet, those 2 unicorns ought to be well rested, because at Denver the other night, Porzingis managed 10 points, and Doncic managed 12 points. And they combined to go 2 for 14 from 3. And yet, somehow Dallas won that game because they had 9 players in double figures, which you don't see very often.
No.
All 5 bench players were in double figures.
Nuggets been bull jobbing.
Okay, that's probably
really
part
have.
of this. And Mike Malone scalded them last night after the game, as he is wont to do. So maybe it was more about Denver than Dallas, but Dallas has to be feeling pretty good about itself that it won a game at the hardest place to win a game last year, right? They had the best home record in basketball. And yet here come the Lakers facing, to me, a chemistry issue starting tonight. Kuzma is a force. And if you throw him into the equation, it's going to take some time to blend him because he doesn't blend very well. And that's no knock on him. That's actually a plus for him. He's not a blender. He is a shooter, man. I mean, he's got green light in his head. He's got the greenest light in basketball. And so he's going to get shots up. And yet you were talking about working on, freeing up himself, but he ought to be working on just catch and shoot. Because with LeBron, he's going to get a lot of catch and shoot three-point opportunities that he should be able to cash. But I think it's going to take a little while because they got a new thing going between LeBron and AD. And AD is leading this team so far in usage rate. Kyrie, that 1 year with LeBron, led LeBron in usage rate, but it's not very often.
Wade, the first year.
Was it the first year? Okay. So, but it's not often because LeBron's going to have the basketball a lot. So here's what I think is looming on the horizon. Listen, LeBron is still obviously a very good basketball player with quite a resume. And I think he still sees himself as a Mount Rushmore player.
He is.
And I'm just not sure he's going to go along for the ride with this team. Like at some point, he's going to say, wait a second, I don't want to be the third wheel on this team.
He's going to be the third wheel.
Third wheel?
Okay, well, I'm saying if Kuzma starts...
No, he'll never.
Okay, well, I'm saying if you start featuring Kyle Kuzma, who he can be the closer for this team. Trust me on that, because he's fearless.
Skip.
No, he does have the right mentality. Here's the thing, though. Tonight, Skip, I assume they're going to bring him off the bench.
Yeah.
Because he's only playing 20 minutes. And I think eventually he'll be the starter. But if that's the case, then does AD go to center? I would love to see AD play center. But he doesn't want to.
No.
But if you put Kuzma in that starting lineup, I would think that's how they go.
he has to be the 5, and he doesn't have to think of himself as the center, but...
Right.
When he go be played, he don't be...
Like Tim Duncan.
He doesn't, because here's the thing, though.
he is like Tim Duncan a lot.
He doesn't want to play Stifle Tower, Gobert. He doesn't want to have to go against the other big.
Which I get that.
Unless, like I said, in that situation where they moved him to the 5 late in the started the 3rd late into the ball game, he'll play the 5 because normally teams are going to bring their bigs off the court. Now he has a decided advantage. But Skip, look, you talk about LeBron as a Mount Rushmore. No matter what happens, there's not a president that hasn't been born yet. No matter what he does, he can't erase the 4 original faces that's on Mount Rushmore. LeBron is a Mount Rushmore player. So it doesn't matter what anybody else does. Nothing. Kawhi, Kuzma, anybody else. LeBron is there.
So his face is already chiseled?
Yeah!
Really? I didn't know. Where is this mountain exactly?
You know.
Is it in South Dakota?
Is Jordan, LeBron, Magic.
Really?
Kareem. It's still LeBron's team. Are you doubting that?
No, in fact, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
That's why all this talk about we're going to run the offense through
Are they running
baloney.
Are they running it through?
No, but just like Magic, they ran the offense through Kareem, and it was Magic's team at some point, right? Yeah. He would come down, just kick it into Kareem in the post for the sky hook.
You know what? Everybody got involved in that. It was showtime.
Yeah, well,
and Kareem wasn't really involved in the showtime aspect.
That's the one difference. The difference is Magic would do his stuff on the break.
Well, right.
And LeBron's not doing it. LeBron wants to play slower.
James Worthy would do his stuff on the
break.
Like
right.
But that was the thing, though, Skip. The thing was that, yes, they got the ball out showtime. Because you think about showtime, you think about up and down. But they had Kareem because when they didn't get it out on the break and they had to go to the half court, where you wanted that cap? Kareem said, bring it to me right over here.
Okay, but guess what LeBron is running right now? Slow time. They are the slowest team in the league. Am I right?
Yeah.
Their pace is
LeBron likes to play slow.
Well, he's
his whole career.
But AD, a lot of times the other night, AD was getting the ball and pushing. AD was like, I'm gone. And give him that work, too.
I think
AD give him that work, too.
Yeah.
MVP.
At some point, wait a second. You're saying AD is the MVP over LeBron James?
I told you.
Huh?
You see,
Wait.
You see what he's trying to do, Chris? You see?
I'm not trying to. You said it.
I've been saying
That's
it.
your dream scenario that AD is the MVP.
So you're saying LeBron James is going to take a back seat to Anthony Davis?
I said AD would be the regular season, Bron be finals.
Oh, so that's how you're trying to disqualify it.
Ain't no trying to disqualify, but I've been saying that.
I do think, Skip, you have a point in that at some point LeBron's going to be more aggressive offensively. I don't think it's going to be because
nature.
I don't think it's going to be because AD's getting too much shine or people thinking he's the man. I think he's looking at these guys. AD, let's establish in your mind it's your team. So offensively, I know I can count on you. And the other guys, I think he's trying to get their confidence up. So later in the season and playoffs, I know I can count on Avery Bradley and Danny Green and so on and so forth.
LeBron had a
because he knows he can get his at any time.
LeBron had a layup right at the basket. Say, nah, take this three, Avery. Right at the basket. That's the kind of guy that he is. Unselfish.
That's how you get triple doubles.
There you go. You see?
Okay, prediction. You heard it here first. You are going to hear some quiet jealousy and resentment about Kyle Kuzma because he's going to come in and blow up this chemistry they have so far. He's going to shoot the basketball. And maybe to a fault he will shoot it to where LeBron's going to be whispering to some reporters, hey, I don't know. We're not getting the ball enough because as soon as he touches the ball, what have we seen from Kyle Kuzma?
Oh, it's going to go up.
It's going up.
It's going to go up.
But we always have, but that was the thing that hurt him last year. As soon as they get a little lineup, somebody get hurt, and you got another lineup. Because eventually, Rondo's got to come back. Then what?
And LeBron wanted Kuzma to stay, Skip. You know that.
No, I totally
He was
agree.
the guy.
It was a big...
Right.
Yeah.
It's the X factor.
But Brandon Ingram is playing good ball now.
He is.
And by the way,
Not winning, but he's doing
listen,
well.
Brandon Ingram's got green light in his head, too, because he just shoots it every
There you
time.
go.
But
I think it's odd this is the first, technically, game outside of L.A. for the Lakers.
Ah,
Their schedule has been...
Oh, that's right. LeBron did the early schedule.
What?
He and Adam Silver sat down over dinner.
On the road, finally. Chris, don't go too far. We're going to have you back in just a bit. We got to talk about Kyler Murray. Is the world starting to see him in a different light? Are they finally listening to what Skip has to say?
Except for that guy.
Nope.
A few others.